Cherry pick. We get off with something that will bring glee to many people's faces. Mihal will tell you all about it.
This morning I'm joined by a man who shot to fame in the hit TV show Glee. He's been nominated as an actor for Tony, Emmy, Golden Globe Awards, and he's now released his debut album. He's going to be chatting to me in just a moment, but before he does, I can tell he's dying to sing for you. So
let me sing.
I'm chatting to him in a moment, but right now, here he is, Matthew Morrison singing Still Got Tonight.
At home, I sit here on your doorstep, button up my coat and wait. We'll go upstairs, close the curtains, and we're all set to pick up where we left again. There's question marks hanging over us, but we won't give the time of day, no. 'Cause all we've got are these few stolen seconds, and we can't let them go to waste. The stars collide, we come back to life, we come back to life. The sparks will fly, one look in your eyes, our hearts open wide. I know time's running out now, but we'll hold back the sun somehow. See the sky, we still got tonight, we still got tonight. Come 9 a.m., I'll pack another suitcase, leave you in your bed so warm. I'll do my best not to wake you, but it's useless. Can't tiptoe around this no more. Oh, it's gonna get much harder before it gets better, baby, that's for sure. Oh, just say you'll wait for my footsteps on the staircase, and I will walk back through this door. The stars collide, we come back to life, we come back to life. The sparks will fly, one look in your eyes, our hearts open wide. I know time's running out now, but we'll hold back the sun somehow. See the sky, we still got tonight, we still got tonight. If all we've got are these few stolen seconds, we can't let them go to waste. The stars collide, we come back to life, we come back to life. The sparks will fly, one look in your eyes, our hearts open wide. I know, yeah. All right.
Thank you.
Wow. Wow, what a great start to the morning. Thank you, Matthew. Well, Matthew Morrison, everybody. Fantastic. Thank you. Now, we're going to have a little chat now. If you want to get Matthew's album, we have it available today. The details are up on screen. Here they are. 565-434 is the item number for you to order. £8.50 is the price on that one. It will be dispatched to you or sent to you next week on Monday, the week commencing Monday, the 6th of June. So you'll get that in just a few days' time on that one. £8.50 already includes P&P, and it's already selling well. So if you do want to get your hands on it, then do give us a call right now. 0800 50 40 30 is the item number on that one. Wow, what a start to the morning. That was fantastic. Bit of a rock out there for you.
Yeah, you know, it's early in the morning. It's like those are always hard songs to do.
I always have to admire any performers that come in and sing live at this time in the morning. First of all, welcome to QVC.
Thank you for that transition. It was kind of a nice little walk over here, and you kind of talked the whole time.
I walked and
talked.
Was really impressive. I'm multitasking,
really
and I'm a man too.
I'm impressed.
Thanks for that. Yeah, cheers. Listen, now, We will talk about the album, but it's impossible to chat to you without mentioning Glee.
What's Glee?
You came from a Broadway background. How important was that in terms of going to Glee? And in fact, the part that you play seems to me the perfect transition into TV for you, in that you're singing, dancing, acting.
Yeah, well, I mean, Broadway was really the place where I learned everything I know. It was kind of the place where I you know, kind of cut my teeth and learned so much, and learned from people, like some of the best in the business. And I think it's the greatest place to train. I'm from Southern California, and I always knew I wanted to go to New York to train, because that's where all my idols came up. And yeah, I did like 10 years of Broadway shows, so it was just a great experience, and I think it did prepare me for this role. I played teenagers for so long on Broadway, because it's on the stage, so you can kind of get away with it long. You're like, hello, excuse me.
It's a bit close up.
Might need some facial products you guys sell on this show, I'm sure. Yeah, but I think this is one of my first adult roles that I've had, and I think it's the perfect role to play. I love playing the inspirational teacher.
Well, now you are the first member of the cast to produce and release a solo album. How does that feel for you?
It feels good. I mean, I think there's a lot of people are like, is there a lot of pressure on you and stuff? And I don't really expect it to, you know, sell like as amazing as the Glee CDs have sold. It's just a totally different thing. But I think it was important for me to do this because I love performing live, and I don't really get the opportunity to do that anymore since being on Glee. And I think it's a really good opportunity to separate myself from Mr. Schuster.
Because I was going to ask you about the expectations that there are on you, because Glee itself is such a success. The album was #1. You've had lots of hit singles. So do you feel huge expectations?
I don't actually. I don't. You know, this is a very personal album, and I wanted to do it for me first and foremost. And I did. I'm really happy with it. And as proud as I am of this album, I'm looking forward to the next one and the one after that, because I'm just kind of in my infancy as a songwriter. So I have so much respect for that process now, the songwriting process. And I can't wait to see what's in the future.
And you did actually work really hard on the album, because I know that, I think I'm right in saying that you were kind of writing it between the first and second season in that hiatus, and then you were recording it at weekends and stuff. I mean, how important was it for you to get involved in the writing of the songs that are going to be on the album?
Yeah, well, you've done your homework. Very good. It was very important, just because I think if I released an album of covers, it would have just been another Glee CD. So I think to be taken seriously as an artist, I felt it was very important to write a lot of my own songs.
Okay, well, let's have a look at some of the songs that are actually on it. You just sang there, Still Got Tonight. Kind of a real rock ballad feel, so it's a bit edgier kind of voice than you would have, or that people would be used to hearing.
Yeah, no one's heard me sing that on the Broadway. You know, it's very so. Yeah, that's definitely the more rocked out song of the album for sure.
And Summer Rain as well. You co-wrote that with Claude Kelly, was it?
Yeah.
And he's worked with people like Britney and Christina.
And Bruno Mars. Yeah, he was fantastic. I mean, that's another thing. I just learned so much from great songwriters like him. But yeah, that was actually the first song I wrote for the album. I play the ukulele, which we might hear later.
Yeah, if we're lucky.
And yeah, so it was a very personal moment I had for me in my early 20s, and it was a great song.
You've got some incredible duets on there as well, big hitting duets. You've got Elton John, Sting, Gwyneth Paltrow. How did all of that come about?
Yeah.
For a debut album?
Just lucky. I mean, really lucky. I was just...
more than luck, I think. Bit of talent.
Well, talent on their end. Well, Gwyneth was kind of a natural progression from her being on Glee. And I just became friendly over the past couple years with Elton John and Sting. I like to call him Gordon, but no, not really.
Wow, now that's clear. Some of the tracks on there is kind of different feels to them, as you were saying. Somewhere Over the Rainbow is on there, which you did a duet with Gwyneth Paltrow. You did that during the Glee season as well, and if we're lucky, we might get a little performance of that from you later, because I'd love to hear that. But you've got other tracks like It's Over as well, which you co-wrote with, is it Mark Shyman, who's a big Broadway?
Yeah, I did one of my first big leads on Broadway was Hairspray, and he wrote the music for Hairspray. So it was important that that was kind of my tribute to Broadway, was that song. We did it with a string quartet. It was beautiful.
So you're pulling in all the contacts there.
You know, it's like, hello, I worked with you, right? Remember back in '97? No.
So I believe you're actually going to be doing a special little gig in London. I think it's on June the 13th.
Yeah.
That's the first time you did perform here before, I think. Did you do a duet with Leona Lewis at the O2?
Yeah, she had me come on for her tour at the O2, and just did a one-off of actually Somewhere Over the Rainbow, and it was the biggest audience I've ever performed for. It was really amazing.
What was that like?
It was great. I mean, she's become a great friend since then, and
Oh, wow.
she's such a gifted performer. It was really nice to share the stage with her.
Now, I was going to ask you about because you've released the album, you've put yourself out there as a solo artist, you have the Glee kind of background behind you as well. The whole fame thing, is it an absolute monster? Are you finding that difficult, or are you easing into that? Because I know you've got the track My Name on the album, which kind of deals a little bit to do with that.
Yeah, it does deal with a little bit about that. I don't think anyone can really ever get used to it. It's the weirdest thing. I don't think people were meant to be worshipped or, you know, idolized. But as a human race, we kind of do that. We tend to do that. I guess it is getting easier just because I kind of have realized that you have to just know your own truth and not really buy into, I can't cuss, the BS that surrounds, you know, because I think journalism is in such a weird state these days where people can literally just make up a story and just put it out there and just, you know, people buy it as truth.
But getting back to the album very quickly, again, I was just wondering, when you started the whole process, because I know you're quite involved in the writing and the co-writing, and I mean, what kind of an album did you want to make, and is this album what you started out to make?
No, it's not, actually. I think when I first went into it, I said I wanted to make it a cross of Michael Bublé and Justin Timberlake. I called it Bublake. But it really didn't turn out like that. I started writing and it just kind of, I don't know, it was very me that came out. I don't think it's anything like that, like I wanted to have it, but I'm so happy it's not that. I'm very proud of it.
I agree with you. There's some songs on there that are incredibly heartfelt. And speaking of which, is there any chance you might sing Somewhere Over the Rainbow for me?
Oh, gosh, here, twist it.
There you go. There you go.
All right.
Cheers, thank you. You make your way across there, and for those of you who want to get your hands on the album, there is the track listings on it there. If you want to order it, the item number is 565434 is the item number. I've had to listen to it myself. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. There are some original tracks there by Matthew himself. Some tracks he's co-written with some big musical hitters out there as well, so I think you're going to really love it too. And a kind of an eclectic mix in terms of styles and tastes as well. Summer Rain, it was a great track as well, which he co-wrote there, and the song he sang at the top there, Still Got Tonight too. 565434 is your item number. It's brand new today. £8.50 is the price. It is inclusive of P and